Welcome to Wednesday Word. My name is Don Patterson, and I'm a computer science professor at Westmont College. Today we're going to be talking about Psalm 122. It's a story about the author takes a religious pilgrimage and reacts joyfully about what God's provided in his city. So we're going to do a little pilgrimage right here, and I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll see. So since in Psalm 122, the author is talking about the city and talking about justice and talking about the church, I thought I'd come down to the Santa Barbara Courthouse, climb up to the tower, and do the Wednesday Word at the top there. We'll see if anyone's up there, though. Come on. Okay, I made it to the top of the courthouse. I had to almost step on a lawyer who was doing a Zoom call in the stairwell for some reason. But this is Psalm 22, reading from the New International Version. Psalm 122, a song of ascents of David. I rejoiced with those who said to me, "Let us go to the house of the Lord. Our feet are standing in your gates, Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built like a city that is closely compacted together. That is where the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, to praise the name of the Lord, according to the statute given to Israel. There stand the thrones for judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you be secure. May there be peace within your walls and security within your citadels. For the sake of my family and friends, I will say, peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek your prosperity." Psalm 122. So as I read this psalm, I see a lot of things that are related to systems and institutions that the psalmist is experiencing and having joy in. It's, first of all, the context that the psalmist is writing within is that of someone who's going to a festival, probably an annual festival, in the city of Jerusalem. So this would be someone who's going kind of like going to church on Christmas or Easter. A few times a year, a big celebration. Importantly, the psalmist is saying that he or she, I guess, is going with a group of people who are all going in order to celebrate together. As they're approaching the walled city, they see it, or the author sees it from afar, and remarks on it being a city. Remarks that it is dense, it has protection, it has walls that protect the people within it. That's a place of gathering. The author themselves is traveling up to the city in a group, in a community who are going to celebrate. And the author remarks, hey, this is where the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord. People come here, and they come here to do a couple different things. And the author names two things that they're coming to do. One is to praise the name of the Lord, worship as part of their festival, as part of the religious rules that are given to Israel. The other thing they notice when they're there is that the thrones of judgment are there, much like this courthouse. The thrones where the house of David dispenses justice, where they enact their procedures and their laws. So the first part is community. Let us go to the house of the Lord. We're arriving at Jerusalem. The second part is recognizing what's in front of the author, a city, a church, or a place of worship, a place of judgment. And then the author responds joyfully. Responds asking God for the peace of Jerusalem. The author says, may those who love you be secure. The author prays for peace. May there be peace within your walls and security within your citadels. And why is the author asking for these things? They're asking for it for the sake of his family and friends, asking that there be peace so that they would have peace in their community as well. And so that the house of the Lord will also have peace. And so to that end, the author is asking the Lord for peace and also committing at the end to work for its prosperity. Reading this psalm, I find it challenging that the author is celebrating with joy these systems of the city, the systems of security, the systems of justice, the system of worship. Because I think one of the things that we are confronted with now in our day is that any institution that we engage with, if you even scratch beneath the surface slightly, you'll find all kinds of very, very deep problems. Abuse and injustice are just under the veneer of many of the systems that we've got around us. Some of those problems are acute and not deep, but some are historic and long-lived, causing not just harm, but danger, severe danger to people. And yet, this psalm reminds me to struggle to find hope and joy in what we have, despite the problems that may be embedded in them. Because at the end of the day, these systems are the things that bring us peace and security. These systems, we depend on them and we depend on each other to have security and peace. And so as much as there's a tendency to see problems and want to tear everything down, trying to find places of joy and celebration with other people is the challenge that I take from this text today. So I would encourage those of you who are listening to enjoy the places that you live and the systems that are around you in the degree that you can, not ignoring the challenges that they bring, but also recognizing that these systems are a requirement for peace and prosperity for your family and your friends and for your church and for justice as well. Finally, I'm going to read it one final time. Psalm 122, a song of ascents of David. I rejoiced with those who said to me, "Let us go to the house of the Lord. Our feet are standing in your gates, Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built like a city that is closely compacted together. That is where the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, to praise the name of the Lord according to the statute given to Israel. There stands the thrones for judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you be secure. May there be peace within your walls and security within your citadels. For the sake of my family and friends, I will say, peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek your prosperity." Psalm 122. Thanks.
This has been Wednesday Word with the Free Methodist Church of Santa Barbara. We hope that you will join us for worship this week. For information about our service times, visit fmcsb.org.